Hey guys, it's JohnyTechReview. Today I have a review for you of this Ctronics security camera system. So this security system features 4 720p camera that connect wirelessly to this unit, and the head also has a built-in monitor. So guys, here's pretty much everything that comes in this package. You have the 4 wireless camera here themselves. These are some of the antenna, some mounting screw and adapter. So here's the NVR unit that comes with a screen so you can have access and view the live pictures. Up front here you have some light indicator. Tell you here is 1080p, peer-to-peer, mobile, CMS, motion, and then real-time recording. You can plug in your mouse right here. It came with this mouse here. Power adapter for the unit, and then 4 power adapter for the camera itself, and here's the user menu. They also give you 4 Allen wrench, I guess one for each of the camera, but yeah, that's pretty much the whole setup. So I'm gonna have to set this up and let you guys know how this works. Alright guys, what I did is I just go ahead and plug this unit on and turn it on, and then check out the messy cable, but I just plug all 4 camera into there, and that's all I did. I didn't have to do anything else, and I just waited for the system to load up, and all 4 cameras are now active and live, as you can see. So not much to do here. I don't have any hard drive plug in right now, so it's gonna complain about that. Try to figure out if I have a hard drive laying around somewhere. The screen is like a TM panel, but yeah, it seems to work pretty well, at least from my point of view anyway. There's a screen button here that you can press to turn on and off the screen. You can see right now, come back on. So this is a 10.1 inch LCD screen here. So I went through the setup wizard, and the first thing it asked me is to scan one of these QR codes using my phone so I can get the apps. So guys, there's 5 screws that you need to remove in order to take this plate off. One on each side here, and then in the back, yeah, one here, and then one here. And after you do that, you can take this cover off to install the internal hard drive. So here's the inside. You can see you have your circuit board right here. Here is some of the wireless stuff. And then here is your SATA power and SATA data connection, and this is where you will mount the hard drive. So it comes with these 4 screws here that you can use to mount your hard drive to right now. So that's what we will do. So guys, I have a 2TB Western Digital green drive installed on here. You want to install the hard drive with the back where the cable are facing to the left side, because this power cable is very short, so if you try to put it on the other side, it's not going to reach. I wish I can say installing this hard drive is pretty easy, but all these ribbon cable here, you gotta be real careful not to rip any of them out, and while you know, kind of put it through the hard drive right now, and then you have to flip it over and mount the 4 screw at the bottom right now. So you have to do that very carefully and not to damage anything. But yeah, I wish they just come with a rail system where you can just install and slide it in place, because really anyone who want to steal this, they're not going to take the hard drive out, they're going to take the whole unit anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, I do wish that's an improvement they would do in the other unit. So I would say the unit take about 1 minute to boot up, and after it finished booting up, it also had to initialize some stuff. So it takes roughly probably around 2 minutes to get everything going. Just kind of give you an idea. So here you can see is one of my difficulties. The first hard drive that I installed was a 1.5 terabyte, and that one is actually a bad hard drive, and it went bad. It was only the big 3.5 I have for spare. It didn't work out well, so I installed a smaller 2.5 inch hard drive, laptop hard drive, and that one is also very old, and after about a week or so it finally died on me. So unfortunately I lost all the recording footage on this unit. So guys, I've been using this unit for roughly about 3 weeks now, and so far my experience with it has been pretty good. So I really like the unit for the fact that it has a built-in LCD screen look like this, so you don't have to worry about an external monitor, although you have the option to output via an HDMI port. So far the camera works pretty well. I leave the main unit here in this room, and the farthest camera away from me was probably about 200 feet on the other side of the house. So all the cameras are on wireless, and of course it's transmitted at 720p, and the footage are very clean, as you can see. So right now I have one in this room I took off here, and you can see right in front of me, and this one here has good lighting right now, so you can see it, and it works pretty well. Here's the camera, and one thing I do want to point out about this camera from Ctronics is that you have the option of using power on Ethernet, using this little injector here. So if you have power over internet, you can use this cable here, and you don't need to use power. Other than that, you have to use the power brick that come with it, and the power brick has a very short cable. It's roughly only about, I think, 3 feet long, so if you need to mount this camera on a high spot, you definitely need some extension cable. I do wish they give you a much longer cable than that, but pretty much most of the IP camera has this problem. So as you can see here from the screen, this room here has enough lighting so the camera come on just like that, but the other room is dark, so you can see there's infrared. This is totally pitch dark right now, and in this room here across that corner is probably about 15 feet, and you can see pretty good lighting up here, and you can see everything in there. There is my kitchen, and then this one is supposed to be the living room. I think the camera just fell over earlier. Disclaimer, I did not mount this camera up because I know that it's only going to be temporary. I wasn't sure this is going to be the solution I go with because I already have a bunch of IP camera. But yeah, I just want to try this out and see how it works, and so far it works pretty well. So next, let me just show you. You have this mouse here. It's a pretty crappy mouse. It's small. It's plugged into a USB port up front here. And the thing about the mouse is that you can, even though it's crappy and you use it a lot, you can just switch it out and use a regular mouse. Any other mouse will really work. I tried 2-3 other mouse and it seemed to work. But anyway, you can just right click here and you can see these are some of the options. Split screen video playback. So of course video playback's not going to work right now because I lost the hard drive in there. You can see here you can go back to 30 minutes for example, and you can pick the camera. Of course, if you have the hard drive in there working properly, the recording can play back. You also have this video backup, which basically take the backup of this video and on the hard drive and put it onto a USB stick. So in the back there's a USB port and you can plug in a USB stick, but that cannot be used as a recording device. That can only be used as a backup. You have 0.2 zoom control, which doesn't work for each unit. You also have color adjustment, which you can adjust for different cameras. You can see right here, and here is the adjustment. We can go back to the split screen here and get 4 camera again. Of course we can do volume if there's a volume input, but of course this unit doesn't have any volume. I don't think there's mic on this camera at all. You have manual recording, which you can turn on, and we can go to system setup here. And in system setup, you can see the hard drive here. Let me see if I can see my hard drive. Currently it does not detect my hard drive, so I guess the hard drive is really dead now again. But if you have a hard drive here, it will show up, and you definitely have to format it before you start using it. So you will lose all your data on your hard drive, so keep that in mind. The best thing to do is get one of those green drive that's about 2 terabytes or so, and you will have plenty of recording option. Here is some adjustment for the screen setup, and here you can see recording setup, network, all your stuff here. You can change all your stuff. These are the 4 camera that I pick up on the wireless, and there you go. And then here is system admin, as you can see, more information. And then down here on the side we have more information here. You can add user, you can reset to factory, you can see hard drive information, you can see system log here. There's a lot of information here. Under recording here you have some interesting option. You can do a recording plan, kind of make the schedule for each of these different schedule. In the recording plan here you can pick which camera or which channel, which day, and you can do schedule, or you can do continuous or sensor. There's also sensor setup here, and you can actually set up to send email, notification, those kind of thing. And then video detection here, you can see you can change the sensitivity each of the thing right here. Under network setting here, you can set all your network setting, DNS, FTP, email, etc. Power over the internet here. You can even have 3G, but this is not an option here. I don't know why. I guess this is a generic option, but there's no SIM card in this unit. So that's pretty much about it. I just want to give you guys a quick tour. Overall, I think the camera works pretty well. I tried as far as 300-400 feet outside the house and still get pretty decent reception. Basically, the camera will talk directly to this unit, so you do not have to worry about going to your router. And then this unit will talk to your router. So, alright guys, finally I just want to show you the app that you can install to actually review that unit remotely. It's called ECNet, and here we go. Just launch that. You can see here show up the 4 camera. You can click on that, and then you can launch it, and then you can see exactly the 4 camera right now, as you can see. And then here you have some option like zooming in if you do a digital zoom. And down here you have the option to take pictures and take video here. These options here actually save pictures and video to your phone. And then you have setting here that you can change a few different settings for streaming. So you also have the option to pick which camera, and then you can stop and play right here if you want to stop recording. But other than that, there's not much setting here. You can also go to playback and check kind of network setting. So before, when I have my hard drive, I can actually search for the footage, and then you can pick the day and everything. You can search for it, and you can actually view it remotely, which is quite nice. But other than that, it's a pretty simple app. Just allow you to review remotely and stop and start recording, and also just view some of your recording footage. When I got this unit, this glass lens here is actually cracked, and the company sent me a replacement. All you have to do is just open this up using a screw, and then you can just replace this glass. Other than that, there was really no problem. I had pretty good reception, and I noticed that the camera does a pretty good job of not losing reception. Of course, it's all within my house, so we're looking at maximum about 300 feet out. So guys, that's pretty much conclude my quick review. I hope we help you in your purchase decision. If you have any question, let me know in the comment below, and as always, stay tuned for future review. Thank you.